My dear brothers and sisters in Christ, today we see how Jesus says something that might sound surprising at first. He tells us he did not come to abolish the law, but to fulfill it. In other words, Jesus is not just talking about rules, he's talking about something much deeper in our lives. Because it's easy to think, well, I didn't steal, I didn't commit adultery. And yet, Jesus says, let's look a little closer. He asks, what about anger? What about the grudges we hold in our lives? What about the thoughts and desires we entertain? What about the words we speak? Because Jesus reminds us today that sin doesn't suddenly appear in our lives in big dramatic actions. It usually begins very quietly inside the hearts of our lives. A harsh word begins with irritation. A broken relationship begins with resentment. A serious fall often begins with small compromises. And this is why Jesus speaks the way he does today in the gospel reading. Not to burden us, but to gently wake us up in our lives. He is saying, don't just look at what you do. Look at what is happening within you. What am I carrying in my heart right now? What anger have I allowed to stay there? What attachments are shaping my decisions in my life? Do my words reflect honestly and integrity? But we see how Jesus says something beautifully simple. Let your yes mean yes, and let your no mean no. He is inviting us to live without mask, without a divided heart, to be real, to be sincere, to be the same person everywhere that God created you to be. In church, at home, at work, and even when no one is looking at you. My brothers and sisters, God is not asking us to be perfect because we're not perfect. We all make mistakes. But He's asking us to be honest